Hello, my name is Chef Joseph Kiser-Lowrance. I'm head chef here at AQUA by El Gaucho in downtown Seattle, right by the water. Today we're going to be going over our demo on how to properly shuck an oyster and then moving into making a classic mignonette for you to enjoy on a sunny day. When you're shucking an oyster, it's always important how you start it all off. When you have your oyster, you're going to go to the hinge on the top. That's where you're going to want to start. There's different styles of shuckers. I always prefer the shucker with a little bit of a lip on the edge. Helps me get under there to start. You want to get that in there, get it started. You can feel it give. And as it gives, you're just going to kind of go around the edge. You're going to want to go around the shell, making sure to detach the meat from the top shell into the lower shell. Should have a nice clean shell there at the end. As you go through, you want to make sure there's no sediment around the edge. If so, you can clean it out. This is also a wonderful time for you to go ahead and check out the quality of the meat inside. If you notice any discoloring or any excess sediment where you'll see lots of dirt, that's an indication the shell has been opened and that oyster will be no good to eat. Now we're going to move along to a classic mignonette, my favorite way to enjoy a Pacific Northwest oyster. Now we have our pan here. We have a high heat going. We're going to let that pan heat up. The first thing we want to do is we're going to take some whole peppercorns. We're going to give them a slight toast before we get started. I'm going to empty those directly into the pan right there. What you'll notice, you want to keep it moving. You won't want to get it too toasted on any one side. Give it a little shake here or there. And what you're going to notice, you're going to start hearing it. You're going to start seeing smoke. Just keep an eye. It won't be much more than another 10 or 15 seconds once that smoke has begun. From here, we're going to move on to the base for our mignonette. Swap out for a saucepan. In this saucepan, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add champagne vinegar. Then we're going to add our white wine. We use a Firesteed Pinot Grigio for our in-house mignonette. To that liquid, we're going to go ahead and add our toasted peppercorns. We're going to cut the heat down a little bit. We do not want this sauce to reduce. We just want to bring that to a slight simmer. We just wanted to get it warm, get those flavors together. Now we're going to add our sugar and we're going to add our salt. We're going to add that when it's nice and hot. We're going to make sure those flavors go ahead and get dissolved completely in this liquid solution. We're going to strain out our peppercorns. Here I have some minced shallots. We went ahead and pre-minced those shallots and then washed them with some cold water. That's going to mitigate a little bit of that bite from the onion. We're going to add these in directly to the warm mixture and give that a little stir. Our mignonette is going to be best served chilled, so we're going to throw this in the cooler. We're going to let that chill at least 4 hours. Ideally, you'll go 24 hours. That time is just going to let all those flavors come together, making it the best possible mignonette for your oysters. We went ahead and prepared some in advance, giving it the proper time to cool and chill. Just want to finish it off with some freshly chopped parsley. Going to add a nice bright flavor to the dish. Want to make sure we do this when it's chilled, otherwise the fine herbs will wilt in that hot liquid. And then it's as simple as this. Dress that oyster with as much as you please, making sure we get some of those lovely shallots and lovely parsley on that oyster. And it's ready to enjoy.